Get to our first topic now. The Fabricare sector, which comprises of laundry, dry cleaning, and textile care services, holds immense potential for growth, job creation, and economic diversification. With its vast potential for expansion, technology advancement, and global competitiveness, the Fabricare sector stands ready to unlock new opportunities and drive inclusive economic growth. Industry players say by investing in the development of the sector, Nigeria can harness the power of entrepreneurship and reduce unemployment. Well, let's get talking now and get the view of this. I'm being joined live in the studio by the Chief Executive Officer, Cleaners, Dry Cleaners and Laundry Services. He's also the chairman of the Fabric Professionals Association of Nigeria, Mr. Eni Bukun Adebayo. Thank you so much. It's good to have you here.
Thank you, Tosin.
Just like I said behind the camera, dry cleaning is different from dry cleaning. And really, that is true.
Is different from laundry. But many people
they don't know.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that today. But let's start with the entire sector. What is your take with the fabric sector in Nigeria, and why should people really care?
Well, everybody needs to care because the health measures of everybody, like the hospitals, for instance, people go in with one disease or illness, and by the time they are leaving with another 3 or 4 because of the hygiene level, especially on the bed sheets and all that. You have, like the tourism department sector, people are traveling from everywhere. Yeah. What is the hotel selling? The hotel is selling the bed sheets. It's the bed and the bed sheets. That's people need to sleep. They can eat anywhere, but they have to sleep somewhere comfortably, and they're going to be in that bed for 6-7 hours. How were those sheets cleaned? So all this and many more we are coming to discuss. Who are the kind of people? What kind of chemicals are used? Who are the people working behind the scenes? How is the environment impacted with the dislodging of chemical waters from detergents, from solvents? What is the impact on even the environment, sustainability and all? Who is talking about this? Everybody, and I mean, everybody is washing in their homes, but who is coming to address these chemicals are not allowed, and this is how to dispose the chemicals? And that's why we looked at it to say, we brought this association together. It's exactly about 1 year that we founded.
Okay.
Yes, that's the Fabricare.
It's quite new?
It's new, but we have become the household for the little associations in each state. So this is the first Nigerian-centered dry cleaning association. And we have been able to capture the little ones, because when we are talking of standards, when we are talking of processes, when we are talking of all this standardization and how to really make the place, the business more competitive, the training for the staff, their welfare and all that. Who is caring? Yes, Nigeria is doing its thing. The society is doing its thing. But those of us in this Fabricare industry, we need to also focus to say, the people that have invested locally, what is their take? What about those coming from the foreign investments? What is their take? I mean, we are talking of a business of, in 2021, I think.
Yes, I wanted to ask you of the market value of that sector at the moment.
We're talking about in 2021.
Yes.
We're talking $8.5 billion. And the manufacturers all over the world, they don't see it. Even the manufacturers locally, well, they are struggling to do this, but not until the Fabricare industries, the sector itself, comes together to harness their energy and start even engaging themselves and also the government and also every other stakeholders. And when you're talking of employment, laundries generate so much, so much, but all this data is not captured.
Exactly.
The data isn't captured. And that's why we said, okay, we will do this exhibition, and bring everybody together and let's all meet. And we're talking of customer experience. When the garments get damaged, who is paying for them? We found a lot of dry cleaners that were shut down because, yes, the person paid 1,000 naira to clean, and now he has to refund like 100,000 naira for that damaged shirt. Insurance, customer protection, health matters, environmental matters. Even when we're talking about innovation. Thank God today we are talking, there's all this pick up and delivery everywhere. Technology. There should be 1,000 laundry apps, where so much to happen. So much, so much. It's
really interesting how you've moved towards that gathering. Tell us more about it, benefits for attendees, exhibitors, and of course, society in general.
So, we have been able to bring together at this maiden edition. First, we're having conversations around sustainability, even education. I mean, we're having somebody, I mean, if you don't want me to call the names, okay. So the secretary for the Vice Chancellor's Association of Nigeria, okay, Professor Ochehu, is coming to speak on how to include the dry cleaning and laundry in the normal education curriculum in Nigeria. There are so many people. Cleaners alone has over 140 staff. There are those that have 300, 400, and this is massive. Everywhere you find the laundry, who is training them? Okay, now we're talking about customer advocacy. Something gets damaged. So we're having even the chairman of NEM Insurance is coming to speak on insurance, how to create an insurance
consumer protection.
Consumer protection, yes. Then we're talking about the environment, Federal Environmental Protection Agencies. You know, everybody, even NAFDAC, everybody bringing chemicals and solvents. Who is regulating, who is making sure that it's the right solvent? We have people working, and they're sniffing these chemicals, even in people's homes. So who is checking on all this? So those are the conversations. And I mean, I'll tell you something else that is very exciting that's happening there. We're talking about the women in laundry. Statistics shows us that women are they run the best laundries in Nigeria. Oh, yes. So we're having a good conversation that the women in laundry are coming together to celebrate themselves.
To be a woman,
I wish I could have brought one of them. Even there are like 4, 5, 7 of them. The best laundries today are run by women. And when we're looking at the people who work in the laundries, there is no standard anywhere. We're just struggling to create the production standards and what is expected from each employee. And we're putting on 2 competitions during this exhibition, and that is to know who is the best ironing person in Nigeria.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Who is the best stain remover? I mean, really, why do people go to the laundries? It's because you have washed it, you can't get it clear. Now you need to remove a stain, a particular stain. Who's going to do that for you? We are very fashionable in Nigeria, if you know what I mean. So the fashion industry, they are waiting to see this birthing, to say, okay, now we are looking at how government and the Standard Organization of Nigeria will be able to help us regulate both sectors. To say, you are making the garments, do you have a care label on it? Have you told the dry cleaner how to manage it? Have you given him an idea? Because that's what the care label is supposed to do. But many people are making garments, fantastic clothes, lovely things putting together. But you know what? You have not given the dry cleaner any direction through a care label. So what does the dry cleaner do? We just follow the best of judgment. And if anything goes wrong, you now say, hey, dry cleaner, you have to pay me. So all these conversations, we are engaging fashion people, we are engaging insurance, we're engaging for the educational side, absolutely. We are bringing in experts, even in the machinery. Opportunities abound. Value chain completely. Who's supplying what? Who is best? Who's got the best solvent? But there is just no platform to measure all these things, to display all these things, and let the best of this industry blossom. And that's exactly what we have come to say. Hey, we cannot leave the laundry, we can't leave the dry cleaning industry the way we met it. There has to be a change.
I'm interested in also the word term of sustainability and the future of cleaning in this your gathering. How do you intend to focus on this?
So something very interesting that's on the table worldwide today is talking wet cleaning. So when we talk dry cleaning, laundry, so basically, sorry, I'm going to do some education.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
So dry cleaning is when you clean with solvents. Solvents, easy name, chemicals. But laundry is when you do your normal soap and water like what you do at home. Washing machine, you can do hand wash. Then there is the wet cleaning. And that wet cleaning is for dry cleanable items that have water-soluble stains. I hope I'm not too technical. So when you have a dirt or a stain on a garment, that, like my jacket, is supposed to be dry cleaned. But now I have eaten, or I have something poured on it, and the only way it can come out is by water. So what the industry worldwide today is doing is, we are talking green earth, we are talking wet cleaning. So wet cleaning is for those dry cleanable garments, and we can have those same stains removed and not lose the texture or the finesse of that fabric. So the new technology worldwide, and especially for the environment, because the predominantly used solvent is called perchloroethylene. That's a bit, I'm just hiding it there. It's a bit harmful to the environment.
Okay.
So worldwide, we're talking green earth, and we're looking at how to bring in these new technologies to say, hey, there's another way which is even also cheaper than even using the perchlone. It's cheaper to use the wet cleaning, and we're having, I don't want to call the company, they need to pay me for that.
Yes, of course.
They're bringing in some machines. So you come to the show, you find some new technology machines that does fantastic wet cleaning.
What are the constraints in this sector, and what do you think you can address? Can you address some of this at this gathering?
So, standardization, first thing, because it's an all-comers affair. So there's no regulation. Like you look at the pharmacies, for instance, they'll say 100 meters apart, okay? And everybody must have signed up somewhere. So whatever you're selling or how your processes are should be checked by a regulator.
Yeah.
Today, we don't have any regulator. Thank God I was invited to SON, Standardization of Nigeria, sometime last year,
okay.
And we were talking about how to develop a code of conduct and standardization for the laundry industry, but that's still in the works. But that is major because people are playing at every level, and you can't really hold anybody to bad practices, and there is a lot of junk happening. Okay, so part of what we want to address here is how to mitigate, how to, you guys come together. And the biggest problem, biggest challenge for this, I'll call the smaller dry cleaners, is education.
Yes.
Nobody's training them. They don't actually, because it's actually easier when you do it the professional way. But because nobody has been able to teach them, to train them, and that's why we are bringing in this, how to add the dry cleaner and laundry training into like technical education, even vocational education, make it big time. Because everybody, even housewives can learn, yes, and they'll be able to take care of even their laundries better. There are all these hotels, all these hospitals, tiny little hospitals, infection control. Who is talking about that? Who is training anybody about that? Who is regulating all that? So these are major challenges. Even the staff, because of no association big enough to bring everybody together, well, that was before we came, anybody could do anything and go scot-free because there's nowhere. In fact, even the dry cleaners, a lot saw themselves as competition. But today, from last year, we're talking, it's not competition anymore. It is about collaboration.
Yeah.
No. There are things there are battles you can't win as a company, as an individual. Mm-hmm. But when we come together under an association, yes. And that is why coming together as an association is birthing the first ever dry cleaning and laundry sector focus specific exhibition. Yeah. In the whole of Africa, it has only happened in South Africa and in Egypt. Everywhere, West, Central Africa, East Africa, there's never been anything like this. So really, Nigeria is making a world mark even by this Clean Show Africa.
Very interesting conversation. What more do you think Nigerians need to know about this? And as we wrap up this conversation, and what's the outlook for the industry?
So the industry going forward. So our biggest take with this is we want to know ourselves, and we want to find how to build this together. It's a convention or it's a conference for both the small, the medium, and the large dry cleaners. It is for the hotels. It is for the hospitals. Everybody, even it is for everybody, because you are cleaning at home. Yeah, so sure. It's a platform. We're going to have master classes. We're going to be training even on site. Okay? And we're going to be having even people in the value chain bringing in good, eco-friendly detergents and consumables to make everybody know that there are better ways to do this. So for us, it's a new dimension for the whole industry. It's awesome when I hear all the reports from everyone say, so where have you guys been all these years? Cleanliness is 19 years old, and the likes of garment care like 25 years old, and we have all been expecting a moment like this. So it's a rebirth of the real laundry and hygiene industry in Nigeria that everything is going to change from next week.
All right, then. We're going to keep a tab on this, follow up on the resolutions, and of course, see how it impacts the entire economy. The jobs aspect is something that is also very important. Because many will say the government cannot create these jobs.
No.
Just the private sector players and small businesses can. What other challenges? We talked about the challenge of standards and all of that. Because I am particular about those small roadsides and all of that. How do you also check their excesses sometimes?
So when training comes in, when we come together, when we show their faces,
that's true, really.
And that's why. So we are also using this as a good platform. Bring
them together.
Calm. What has made those that are big? We will expose. It's not rocket science. True. Come, we will train ourselves. The association has been training every first Saturday of every month. We do training, and it's online based. From wherever you are, you can connect and learn something. Let's develop codes of practice, standardization. How do we want to measure our performance? Even the staff you are employing. Somebody comes to you to work and he says, yes, I'm the best in this. Who is rating him? On what basis does he make those claims? Okay? Customer protection, we have mentioned that. The health side, we have mentioned the environment, we have mentioned that. Creating jobs, even franchises, businesses will grow bigger. There will be a lot of, we'll match up a lot of brands. It's like the banks coming together to say, hey, you know what? It's easier for me to even use the cleanest name. It's easier for me to use that name. It's easier for me to collaborate with this. So that collaboration is also going to standardize many businesses. That you find out that, you know what am I struggling with? I'm just burning diesel, paying all this. I could have as well just have partnered with this, and I could be I would do a better business.
I want to thank you so much. I would like to have you in again. Interesting conversation, Mr. Eni Bukwade-Bayo. He is wearing two caps here, CEO Cleaners, Clean Ace, Dry Cleaning and Laundry, and he's also the chairman of the Fabric Professionals Association of Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on Business Nigeria.
Well done.
Wish you the best in your
Please come, attend the show.
All right, then.